The climate crisis dominates the headlines in the media today.
We are constantly being fed the narrative that we are failing in the fight against climate change and that the UN's Sustainable Development Goals are unlikely to be achieved by 2030.
We are Nick and Talia.
And in collaboration with Startup Lounge Africa, we are embarking on a mission to tell the positive stories of sustainable innovation across the world.
By meeting some of the most innovative entrepreneurs in the sustainability space,
who are implementing solutions that their countries, regions, and our planet require to thrive.
And most importantly, we want to show that if we get behind and scale up these innovations, we can, in fact, achieve the UN's SDGs.
This is our sustainable world. Malawi, the warm heart of Africa. One of the most beautiful yet poorest countries on our planet. In 2015, I travelled to Africa for the first time to build a classroom block at Michiru Primary School with the charity Classrooms for Malawi.
Before the classes were constructed, we met a lot of challenges. For example, my own class, that was standard 3, it was under a tree.
It has been 9 years since that trip, and I have come back to Michiru to find out what impact our work has had on the community and the pupils of Michiru Primary School.
I see a lot of impact.
It's amazing to see that it's all turned out so well.
Almost a decade ago, I got my first taste of Africa. It was an eye-opening but incredible experience. Malawi is one of the poorest countries on our planet, ranked 174 out of 189 countries on the Human Development Index. Over half the population live in poverty, and accessing clean water, healthcare and education is significantly challenging. The purpose of our trip was to create a safe learning environment for the children of Michiru Primary School, a community on the outskirts of Blantyre. But how has the work done in those 3 short weeks impacted the school and the community?
Here I am with Rose, who teaches Year 8 here at Michiru Primary School, and Rose was here in 2015 and actually been teaching here since before 2015 when the construction and the renovations of the school were underway. So Rose, could you just tell us a bit about what it was like before at 2015, before the classroom was built? What was it like for you teaching here in Michiru?
Before the classes were constructed, we met a lot of challenges. For example, my own class, that was standard 3, it was under a tree. And when the people from Scotland came under our class in Malawi, they found me under that tree, and they said, "Why are you under here?" And I said, "We have got nowhere to go." And they said, "Oh, that's very sorry." And they went and came back. When they came, they said that we are going to do something here in Michiru. We are going to construct a block of 3 classes and renovate the other rooms for you to use. And they did it.
My name is Des Trigo, and currently I work for Classrooms for Malawi as a country facilitator. I mostly work hand in hand with stakeholders of the communities where we work. And Classrooms for Malawi being an educational charity, most of our work or all our work is based in schools. When it's a new building, mostly it takes about 3 months. Once the work is finalized, we do a formal handover to the community as well as the government. And we always make a call to them that they should take proper care of the infrastructure.
So this is one of the classrooms that we renovated whilst we were here. So we renovated 2 classrooms and built 1. And as you can see, there was a lot of good artists that were with us in the group. But this is one that I did, which is a map of Malawi. It was, I'm not very artistic, so this took me quite a while to get right, and I don't know, I was very proud of this for some reason when I did it, because as you can see, everyone else was so good and so creative. with their artwork that I wanted to do something that would be nice to look at, but also useful as well. And I'm a big fan of geography, so doing a map and giving these kids an opportunity to see, visually what Malawi looks like and some of the key places like Blantyre, Lilongwe, Zolba, Lake Malawi, etc., etc. So yeah, it's great to see actually that it's still here. That's 9 years. I thought there was no chance it would still be here, but it is, and it looks almost as good as when I painted it, just a few chips. It's amazing.
Malawi, like many other African countries, is facing a learning crisis. Malawi's population is young, with 48% of the population under 14 years old, which puts huge pressure on the education system. According to UNESCO, Malawi has a total of 4.5 million pupils enrolled in school, with 3.7 million of those pupils in primary education. In 1994, primary school education was made free in Malawi. At that time, there were 1.4 million children in primary education. However, this quickly increased to 3 million with no investment in infrastructure. This left 1.6 million children learning outdoors. Not having the necessary infrastructure to deliver teaching massively impacts education in Malawi, with only 31% of young people finishing primary school and only 8% going on to high school. This is why Classrooms for Malawi was born. Their mission is to provide safe and suitable learning environments for children to improve attendance, academic performance, and aspiration to develop a sustainable route out of poverty.
With Classrooms for Malawi, the impact is seen the moment the construction is finished. You see that there's a building there which is beautiful within the campus. You see that the learners, instead of learning under a tree, have now moved from learning under a tree. They are learning in a classroom. And again, the pass rate improves because the teaching and learning environment has improved, and the teachers enjoy their lessons as well as the learners. And in terms of the selection rates, they also improve in most schools where we have worked. So I would say that the impact is actually great in the schools where we work.
What difference in the children's education, the quality of the education that you're able to provide, have you noticed since the building of the new block?
Since the building of the block, schools are to ask teachers as well as learners, because one, we talk of the performance. The performance is good, and even also the cleanliness of the learners. As they were sitting under the tree, they were sitting on the floor where there is mud, and nowadays they are sitting in cementary rooms. They are always clean. So this is also the other goodness of having these classrooms.
Classrooms from Malawi is a great example of how communities in developed countries can come together and do something that's really impactful and can really improve the children's lives in countries like Malawi. And the evidence of the impact is clear to see. Here we have children who used to learn under a tree, and now they're, it's rainy season here, you can see the mud all over the floor. Now they're safely learning in classrooms. So yeah, it's pretty special, but of course more needs to be done.
We are hoping that more people like you can assist in the education in Malawi, because the government on its own cannot manage. But when more people like you are coming in the system of the government, we can have a better and the best education. So you are one of the groups of people who have already come into Malawi to help the government of Malawi in improving the education of the people.
Well, I've spoke a lot since I've been here about the impact that the team had on the school here and the children's education. But actually, it's quite interesting to reflect on. I wonder what impact Malawi and that experience had on me, because when I actually think about the series of events that unfolded after that, so in 2015 I went to Malawi for 3 weeks, in 2016 I went to Ghana for 3 months, and then in 2019 I started my first business in Ghana, and now here in 2023 I'm sort of full-time working and focusing on Africa across a couple of different businesses, and of course this docu-series as well. So I guess it's a hard one. Who had the most impact? Did I have more impact on the kids here in Malawi and Michiru, or did Malawi have more of an impact on me?
Yeah,